Then we went into the US Championship Triple Threat match, where we had the challengers Jeff Hardy, the Charismatic Enigma, and Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior or Celtic Warrior, and the former champion, of course, against the current champion and Damian Priest. The first thing I wrote down when I was watching it is started like a typical WWE triple threat match. One guy taken out real early and then becomes a bit of a one-on-one. You know, Sheamus took Hardy out, and then Priest and Sheamus started, and then Priest and Hardy went at it. But they have a wee bit of a set formula with a lot of their triple threats, and it's a bit obvious.
Yeah, triple threats are a hard match to pull off because you've always got that spare tire in the ring with you. So you've got to throw one out. I mean, you'll see some of the more modern, we'll say indie three ways where all three of the guys are in together. Yeah. One drops down, one leapfrogs, one slides through the legs of the others, one takes a clothesline, ducks a clothesline, one goes for a clothesline, ducks a clothesline. So they also, but it looks rehearsed.
Yes.
So if you want to move away from rehearsed, you've got to take care of somebody. You know, you've got to take one person out the picture to do it. So I get, but it's very obvious of how WWE does it very obviously all the time. They've got a set formula. I said it's not we're never one of my favourite matches three ways. You know, it's.
I thought it was a reasonable match. It certainly wasn't my favourite of the night.
No, I'd say it was probably one of my least favourite of the night.
Yeah, I mean, there were some very nice things that happened. You know, Jeff Hardy with that double whisper in the wind against Sheamus and Priest was executed well. The way Sheamus used that clover leaf, you know, it looked like he was going to go over right until the last little bit when Priest made the save. This is the match where I thought there was a few botches. But, you know, as you said, it's hard and those sorts of matches and things do happen. But not a bad match, but certainly not one I scored as highly as the others. But I'd be very interested in our harsh marker tonight, young Anthony. What was your thoughts and score?
This match, like I'm watching this, I'm like, does Hardy need to be in the match? Like, is Hardy the person you wanted to go with? Like no offense to Jeff Hardy, you get to a certain age and you can't do all that high-flying, flippy-dippy stuff that you did back in the 90s. And it was evident during that match, like the amount of missteps he took. And with just from my point, like I'm sitting there and I'm watching this, and I'm like, did Hardy need to be put into the match? Did Sheamus and Damian Priest need to happen again? If that made any sense.
I think Hardy was put in because he's still very popular with the crowd. Again, bums on seats, utilise your most popular talent, whatever. Did he need to be in the match? Probably not. But it's hard. But then they ended up going with Sheamus and Priest the next night on Raw anyway.
Yeah, I think Sheamus and Priest situation is done. I wouldn't be that you're just milking it. You're just whipping a dead horse now. With that. You know, Hardy. Jeez, he's at the end of his career, so it's, you know, you sort of ask yourself, well, what are you going to do with this guy? You're going to keep throwing him in the three ways, throwing him with this, you know, it's almost sometimes worth rebranding.
He wants to bring back that character that he does. Yeah, that what do you call it? That character he does, like.
The one that he was doing with his brother when they had
I tell you what, this is terrible podcast. But he has that character he wants to bring back, and apparently he's been given the okay to bring it back, and I think that might see him out where he's that alter ego character.
Well, I think so. They need to do something with him.
Yeah.
The character he's using at the moment, he's been whipping since TNA.
Yeah.
Right, with the face paint and that. And, you know, Hardy might work well as a heel. Imagine him turning on Damian Priest. They could have some good matches, those two guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Damian Priest, agile for his size. I think, you know, Jeff's still got a bit in him to put on a couple of good matches now, I reckon.
Oh, no, look, he's still okay. I look, no one knows what they were in their absolute prime, but I mean, you know, he was doing double Whisper in the Winds, double Swanton bombs. He was still pretty good.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. They obviously put him in this match for popularity.
Yeah.
But once again, it destroys the match because three-ways are hard to pull off, especially a small guy with two big guys. Because a small guy just ends up being. This reminds me with that Nikki ASH and of the last show, the SummerSlam. They were using her just to come in and do the spot breakups.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's all you're going to use Hardy for in that point because of the size of the other two guys. It's hard for him to get really on top of everyone. So I think that, you know, for his, you'd need. I reckon he'd make a good. I reckon he'd make a great heel. Go against Damian Priest, which I think is the next big thing if they do right by him.
Yeah.
I think he's got a lot of potential, and they could have a really good series of matches because Hardy's proved he can work with anyone.
Oh, he has.
Guys, after he worked with Taker, they proved that when they first, I remember when he was doing the run with Taker, and I sort of looked at it going, well, how are they going to pull this off? And he done a great job. So, yeah, no, definitely. But wasn't my favourite match. It's a three-way. You're right. A lot of mistakes in it here and there.
Yeah, well.
Sheamus is not the most freaking well choreographed guy on the face of the planet. You know? So, I gave it a 5. Yeah. What about you, Anthony?
4.5.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.